Dr. Grant?
Being right all the time.
Now, I've been wanting to talk about this movie ever since I saw it back in theaters. I had heard it was a great movie to watch if you were in dire need of a laugh, and it was that and a whole lot more.
It's stuck! Chair!
It's a no from me.
Hollywood's been on this binge of tearing through nostalgic bait for the past several years now, and the Jurassic World franchise never really it sort of scratched that itch for me. It was cool, but it was nothing that I ever felt the need to ever see again, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. But Jurassic World 2 is something that I'm gonna rewatch again and again because it's fucking hilarious. Spielberg's out there saying shit like, oh, you can't nominate Netflix movies. They don't even fucking count as movies. They're below us. They don't deserve Oscars. It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, his franchises are out there pulling shit like this. He's making some Indiana Jones movie. He made fucking Ready Player One. It's like, what are you talking about? Anyway, don't really have a lot to say before we get into it. I don't know if there was anyone present to make sure this story makes sense, or that if what we're looking at is cool, but we'll get into it now. Alright, so with this sequel, they decided to really break new ground, kind of take this franchise where it hasn't gone before. So we open up with some rando scientists at night trying to acquire dinosaurs while it's raining. And sure enough, it doesn't end well.
I can't reach them! What? What is going on?
Oh, you fucking goofballs, there's nothing behind me. I just looked and didn't see anything. There's nothing that could possibly be hiding back there. You guys are such kidders. It's never a normal day at the office with you guys. Dude, it's a dinosaur island. Maybe you just want to run immediately? Ah, shit, this T-Rex got him. Oh, nope, okay. This dude is T-Rex food. Oh, no, not yet. Oh, fucking god. Oh, okay, no. Yeah, Leopleurodon food. That's what I meant to say. The first 20 minutes of the movie is completely boring. Jeff Goldblum says some shit. The lady from the first one says stuff. Goes to a mansion. She meets an old man who wants to build a sanctuary for the dinosaurs, but due to his age, he can't really manage the project, so he hires this guy to manage it. And he's so obviously the villain, it's not even worth pretending that he's not going to turn out to be evil. Goes to Chris Pratt building shit, and then they go to the island. And all the dialogue is bad the whole time. Along with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard from the first movie is this doctor who's gonna heal the dinosaurs if need be, and then this nerdy character who's gonna hack into the mainframe and the security in order to track the dinosaurs, and will provide us with some hilarious comic relief.
Nervous flyer?
Would you ride a 1,000-pound horse that's been abused all its life?
I rode my motorcycle through the jungle with a pack of raptors.
We're not compatible.
Did you mean comparable?
Maisie! Maisie!
Maisie? Come here, Maisie. I have biscuits.
You silly sausage! You go through your grandfather and then you go straight to your bath.
I don't want a bath.
What? Queen's English girl. Bath.
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 Bath, not bath. You're not a wild animal.
So the little girl visits her grandfather, and nothing really interesting happens, but she asks to see a photo of her mother, and then is weirdly denied this. Okay.
Ken Wheatley, welcome back.
Quite an operation you've got going on here.
Mr. Lockwood takes his humanitarian efforts very seriously. Hey, Owen, Ken Wheatley.
And you are...
I'm the expedition facilitator.
Oh, God! It's hot!
It's about to get a whole lot hotter.
I don't like Chris Pratt trying to sound badass when delivering catchphrases.
Bazinga! 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 Bazinga!
The T-Rex would be dead by now, right?
No, it's impossible to know the max lifespan of a clone in a completely different environment. Take a caveman that would have lived 20 years. Feed him prime meals, give him health care, he's gonna live 5 times as long.
So she'd be dead by now.
Bazinga!
Right?
The humor fucking sucks.
Are we sure these biometric chips are still transmitting? Battery would be dead by now.
The dinosaur is the battery. They're powered by body heat and movement.
Hand.
How much longer
Jesus, could you wait a sec? You just put your hand on it.
until...
Can you isolate that raptor?
There she is. I'm gonna need to borrow your truck.
I'm coming with you.
Miss, things could get hairy out there.
These are powerful sedatives. One too many and she could have respiratory failure.
Yeah, this explanation is totally for the guy who's had these since you got off the plane. It's definitely not for the audience to know that it's a tranquilizer.
They find the big chicken, and then the military guy does the betrayal thing, like, immediately. And then the volcano is erupting. So we're basically reaching, like, the climax in 36 minutes. First 20 is nothing but boring shit. And then, bam, we're off to the races.
Hey, Mills, we got her done! Mission accomplished!
We learned that this dude, who we saw earlier, is paying the military guy for the Velociraptor.
I want that bonus. We got the blue one.
I want that bonus. I got the blue one. See, I want a bonus. I got the blue one. We don't exactly know what's going on. That's about it. But this scene happens.
If we don't get those animals, not now, Maisie. Thank you. If we don't get those animals,
I said not now!
Did you save my dinosaur friends? I love it because they're trying to make us feel like, oh wow, he's being really mean to this little girl. It's like, no, she's actually interrupting him trying to save the dinosaurs. She's being an asshole. Get the fuck out of here and try to do my job.
Dude, we need to put this in the movie. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Listen, we need to have the dinosaur tongue kissing Chris Pratt. We need it. Okay, but we can't have it go on for 40 seconds. I'll give you 5 or 6 seconds. Deal.
Dreams do come true.
Oh fuck, it's the lava that teleports.
I'm trying everything. It's jammed. That's it.
Proximity alert.
It's the T-Rex. It's the T-Rex. It's the T-Rex. Claire, it's the T-Rex. It's the T-Rex. It's the T-Rex.
Stop! It's not the T-Rex. Probably.
Okay, so you don't know what it is, and it might not be a T-Rex, but why are you fucking gauding at the opening? Just waiting to see what it is. Even if it's not the T-Rex, it could be a predator. Why aren't you looking for a way out?
Lava!
Deep breaths, Franklin.
Why are you still staring at the lava? Why aren't you looking for a way out? Why are you still staring at the lava? Why aren't you looking for a way out? Oh my god, shut up.
See? Not a T-Rex!
What do we do?
It's stuck!
What do you mean it's stuck? You're holding on to it. You just need to lift yourself up. Do a pull-up. Christ.
You don't have to do chin over fucking bar.
It's stuck! Chair!
Chair! There's a chair! You don't need it. You don't need the chair. You are holding on. Step 1's complete. You just need to lift yourself. Jesus. I eat chairs now.
Come on! Let's go!
We made it! Yeah!
Bazinga, bazinga, bazinga.
Okay, so you've fallen down. You know there's a dinosaur. What is your reaction? Do you turn yourself all the way around and then stare at it for a moment to scream? Or do you start fucking climbing again, you idiot? Okay, do you see how long his snout thing was? You see how long his neck was? Do you see how high he got himself up the tube? And yet look at where he is according to their perspective. That is no fucking way. They're both in his mouth right now. Ah shit, it's just as I feared. There's a bunch of plume everywhere. Friendly reminder, we're less than 45 minutes into this movie, and I don't know if you've ever seen the trailer for this, but it almost showed them exclusively on the island, and we're almost done with this island, considering how it's blowing up. Okay, tense situation, sure, but do you not see what you're propped up against?
Go, go.
Okay, get in the thing.
Get in!
Dude, get in the thing. Chris Pratt, get in the thing. Dude, get in the thing. Oh my god, just get in the thing. Get in the thing right now! Nope, you missed it. You're food now. Now I know there's an island behind me that's exploding, and I know that there's a dinosaur in front of me that wants to eat me, but I kind of want to see these two fight. And yeah, I could watch it in the glass ball, but you know, I'd like to be up and close, so I'm just gonna wait this one out, guys. Oh shit, I can't get in. Oh, if only there was something I could have done in order to get in. But alas, I remain in the outside world. Again, we're under 45 minutes here. This is like supposed to be one of the last shots of the movie if you're going off the Jurassic Park formula. And yeah, I don't encourage movies to go off formulas, but you know, there's no impact here. The only reason Chris Pratt was in any danger is he was too stupid to get in the glass ball. I don't even know who that fucking dinosaur is. There's nothing impactful about this T-Rex showing up for like a second when we've been rushed into this conflict on the island. Fucking hell.
I'm gonna eat your ass off.
There's been a lot of dumb shit I've criticized in this movie, but I'll be completely honest, this entire sequence right here is my favorite part of the movie. It's like a fly-on-the-wall perspective, but done with a lot of care to make you really feel the tension and panic a character feels in a dangerous situation. The camera work is amazing, it's all one shot, it's very shaky and choppy and reacts to the environment appropriately. The direction of the camera is based on the character's eye movements, so when something changes and they look toward it, that's where the camera goes. The situation keeps building to be more and more intense, but yet it still always feels real. Like, the panic that Franklin is dealing out, the fact that Chris Pratt has to go get more air, when the camera just dips under the water slightly. And what also helps is it feels like we're in the smaller part of a larger situation. Like, if you're paying attention to the background, or you're listening, you can still hear dinosaurs drowning, you can still hear lava falling. Also, the filmmakers took great care in the visuals and audio to reflect the changes, so it gets darker and darker as we sink lower, and when we go through the glass or we go underwater, the audio changes appropriately. Also, the beginning of the sequence, there's no music, the visuals on display are amazing, like the colors are really well blended. Honestly, the things I love about this sequence remind me of the battle scenes in The Revenant, or the car sequence in Children of Men. It just feels like you're a small part of a larger conflict, and the way the situation you're watching builds and the escalation of it and the type of filmmaking used to show that, it feels very similar. This sequence for this movie feels like more of the exception than the rule. I mean, there's no other part of this movie that I would compare to films like these, but to me there was definitely some care and effort put into making an audience member
feel like Spider-Man.
Take a deep breath.
Why didn't you just wait till all the air was gone? You may as well have used the last of it while you could.
It was a lie. It was a lie. Bastard! It was all a lie!
Not all of it.
I don't like Chris Pratt saying lines like he's a badass. His voice sounds dweeby. I like how they're filming this as if this is like, oh, look at how cruel they're being. But you know, this was the plan, is to get them off the island. I mean, they weren't gonna just do it without them restrained, you know?
Hey up! Wait up! Stop that truck!
This is for my bonus. I want my ding dang bonus.
We need to get on that boat.
How'd they teleport all that shit on the boat in 2 seconds?
Hey, get that truck going. You okay?
Am I dead?
Not yet, kid.
Gross.
Mr. Eversole, it's a pleasure to meet you in person after all this time. How are you?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Where are the dinosaurs?
Jesus, do you know how hard it is to get dinosaurs off an exploding island? Did you expect them all to be like wrapped up in a nice little bow when you got here? Also, who the fuck are you, you tiny impish evil man?
I don't really work with amateurs, so I'm gonna contact my buyers and call this off.
They will be here tomorrow, and your buyers won't be disappointed. Trust me, whatever their interest.
So the bad guy decides to just spill the beans and just tell his evil plan out loud in the area where anyone can hear him. Other people live here, dude. You know that little girl is in this room. You have to. You're such a fucking moron. God damn it. She can see the password too. Guess what his evil plan is?
You're gonna weaponize them?
We've been using animals in combat for centuries.
Wow, what a fucking clever plan. Except that's the plan in every single one of these movies, and it never works. It's a stupid idea. What the fuck?
Horses, elephants. The Soviets used disease-bearing rats against the Germans at Stalingrad.
Yes, yes.
Why is that always the go-to? It's a little more than that. He's invented a new dinosaur. That is the strongest dinosaur. Yeah, that was what happened in the last one. God damn it.
So she's going to tell her grandfather, but first she wants to steal a photo out of a book?
Grandpa,
Okay.
there was a man here today with Mr. Mills.
It was probably just some business about the sanctuary, that's all.
I heard them talking. They're going to sell the dinosaurs. They're bringing them here.
I'm sure you misunderstood.
I know what I heard, Grandpa.
Maisie, it's way past your bedtime.
You're crazy. Why are you lying to me?
What? Why would I lie about that?
Oh, harumph, it's past your bedtime, little girl. You must be mistaken. I know you have no reason to lie about this, and I'm basically incapacitated in this bed, and I have no real say or knowledge of what's happening around the house, but I trust that man 100%. This matter does not concern me, and I shall figure it out tomorrow. Now go to bed, and if you wake me again, I will beat you. So like the little plot device that she is, she goes down to the basement by herself to investigate and get proof. But for some reason, and I don't care that she's a child and that kids are stupid, she doesn't bring a camera. Like, even if I was a kid, I'm almost 100% sure I would bring a camera if I was trying to prove to my grandfather that there was shady business happening. And she's down there, and she gets distracted immediately with a video of Chris Pratt and the raptor, and then she hears the evil conversation about, oh, we need blue. Blue's the most important. It's the key thing.
Related genetic link.
English, Henry.
It needs a mother.
I also need a mother. So then he discovers her after she almost gets clawed. And he says to the nanny,
Keep her in there and keep the door locked.
but wait a second, how long is she supposed to be locked in there for? They still are getting the dinosaurs over to here, and the guy you were talking to says it's going to take him a long time to get the right ingredients for your prototype or whatever, so is she just supposed to be in there indefinitely? Was the grandfather not going to find out about that somehow? Wouldn't the nanny tell him, you moron? But then the nanny says, the grandfather wants to speak to you. Ooh. So here's a question. Where the fuck does this secret lab come from? Because it's implied that this is where they're building the Super Raptor, and it's been kept a secret from the old man who owns the mansion. Did he excavate a giant underground laboratory without him knowing? How's that even possible? How would the nanny or the daughter not know? They both live here as well. That doesn't make any sense. Why build it here? Why have the storage facility and the secret lab be built under the mansion, where the guy you're trying to keep it a secret from is just right upstairs at all times? You can literally see the keypad to the secret elevator just in plain sight. What if he was just wheeling around one day and he saw that and was like, huh, that's suspicious. Why'd I go to a warehouse or rent an office? I don't know. Just anywhere but here. So stupid.
My own house.
You entrusted me to guide your fortune into the future. I have done that.
Damn you!
Damn you! Now it's at this point in the film you might be a tad bit confused about the chronology of the events, and it's at this point that I realized the whole timeline for this film doesn't make any sense, and they did a really piss poor job of having the two settings timelines match up, because we're in this situation where he's being asked to go see the grandfather, and then all of a sudden all the dinosaurs are being loaded up in like the next scene. Granted, I haven't been showing the scenes in the same chronology that the film does, but I've shown every mansion scene. There are a few boat scenes I haven't shown yet, but that makes the timeline even more confusing. That means there's more island plot I haven't shown. Meanwhile, we're flying past the mansion plot. There is a clear lack of effort trying to make the timeline and the two settings of the film match up. Clearly some events are taking place simultaneously. Specifically when the military guy is talking to the evil man about getting the dinosaurs. That's clearly, they're happening at the same time. And from that point onward, it just becomes that the mansion parts are so much shorter than the island parts. It doesn't make any sense for these two things to line up. So from that point, she got suspicious because she got yelled at, and then she investigated, found out there was shady business, asked the granddad to take notice, went down there, got caught, got sent up to her room. He's being told to go see the grandfather. And then bam, the two timelines of the film meet at that point. And somehow, in that amount of time, everything we saw on the island, as well as all the boat scenes I haven't even shown yet, take place. This island's like in the middle of Central America, and they're going back by boat. How is it possible that the mansion scenes and the island scenes are gonna line up? Are there parts we're skipping over where this stagnant little bitch just waits around for like a day and a half before ever deciding to do anything? Also, I don't think they ever explain how the grandfather figures out that he was lying and that he was doing this whole evil plan thing. They never show him leaving the bed or investigating. The daughter never tells him. I have no idea. But it doesn't matter because this is my favorite scene in the whole movie, is when the grandfather is confronting him about his evil plan. So right off the bat, we start with this line.
Did you really think you could get away with it?
Yeah, he actually almost did. They are literally loading up the dinosaurs as we speak. And if your granddaughter had not said anything, and I don't even know how you found out, but you would not have found out. He was very fucking close to getting away with it. So for this massive project that probably required an insane amount of money, labor, and planning, did you literally never check on anything? You didn't check to see how the sanctuary was going? You didn't check to see where the money was going? You literally just gave everything to him and said, you got this, I trust you, I'm gonna go take a nap. And this line is just pure magic.
Pick up that phone. I want you to call the police. It'll be easier if the story comes from you.
I can't believe you've betrayed my trust. Now go pick up that phone and call the police and tell them what you did. You stupid fucking old man. You can explain it to them. You don't even need to interact with this guy. Why are you talking to him at all? Just call them up. Why would you not have another witness in the room with you? Why would you have not called the police yourself? And why, in God's name, would the story be easier if the accused explains it? The police don't have an emotional investment to this guy and his actions. It's not going to be an easier, break if he's explaining it. And as if this situation couldn't get sillier, the phone is placed perfectly on top of a pillow. Oh my god. So of course you get murdered, you stupid fuck. Oh no, my cane! Jesus, the last few minutes have been a lot. I think we're gonna end it right there. I'm working on part 2. I'm really excited because this shit gets wild. If you want to stick around for part 2, you can subscribe. Thank you very much.